Hello Governor, welcome back to my channel Study with Era. Today in this video we are gonna be studying about the Victorian age, which comes right after the Romantic age. In this video we are gonna be looking at the historical background of the age, literary features, writers and their works. So do consider subscribing to my channel if you like my videos. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the timeline of this Victorian age is 1837 AD to 1901 AD, which is the reign of Queen Victoria. Victorian age is considered as a golden age after the Elizabethan age and also characterized as a class-based society. Now let us see the historical background of this age. Due to industrial revolution in Victorian age, we can see plenty of advancements in technology and innovations, such as mass production, steam engine, railway, sewing machines, gas and electric lights, the telegraph, that lead to an enormous expansion of production, particularly through factory system. So it can be called as an era of prosperity. So what are the things that might have happened due to this materialistic development? So the first thing here is the Great Exhibition of 1851 in the Crystal Palace, where manufactured goods of Britain were displayed to show the prosperity of Britain. The next thing is social injustice. There was a social injustice among the working class people, so that writers such as Charles Dickens, Elizabeth Gaskell wrote about the conditions of the England in their novels. Their novels were often called as social problem novels or industry novels because they showcase the poverty and suffering of the working class people. Now, next thing here is Chartism. Chartism is a national movement that emerged in 1836 and gained peak during 1838 and 1848. It is basically a British working class movement where the working class people demanded certain changes such as right to vote, equal electoral districts, annually elected parliament and abolition of the property given to the members of the parliament. Next thing is intellectual development. It is also a period where we can see intellectual development. Charles Darwin on the Origin of Species was published in 1859. This book talked about evolution and natural selection that resulted in the clash between faith and reasons. So the people stopped believing in God and its existence. People started questioning the authority of churches. This age saw a major clash between faith and reasons. So now let us move on to the literary features of the Victorian age. First one here is social problem novels. Writers such as Charles Dickens, Elizabeth Gaskell wrote about the conditions of the England, the suffering of the working class people in their novels, and hence their novels were known as social problem novels. So the next thing here is Victorian morality and revolt. In this Victorian age, it was considered improper for a man to smoke in the public and for a lady to ride a bicycle. There were writers such as Tennyson cling to the Victorian morality in his works. Other writers such as Thomas Carlyle, Matthew Arnold, William Makepeace Thackeray ridiculed the snobbishness of this age and protested against the morality of this age. Next is influence of science and religion. This was an age of major scientific progresses and discoveries, ranging from the Darwin's Origin of Species to the life of Jesus. The literary work was influenced by both science and religion. The Oxford movement was a religious movement against existing belief of the Church of England. It was headed by the young thinkers of Oxford University. This movement inspired many writers of the Victorian age. Next, the novel became the most popular form of literature. As the paper and printing cost became cheaper, people started reading a lot of books. The demand for the books got increased. Among all the form of literature, novel became very popular. Now let us move on to the Victorian poets. So our first poet is Alfred Lord Tennyson. He was a British poet. He was the poet laureate during much of the Queen Victoria's reign. He remained the most popular British poet in 1829. Tennyson was awarded Chancellor Gold Medal at the Cambridge for one of his first piece, Timbuktu. His major works are Lotus Eaters, Lady of Shalott, Palace of Arts, In Memoriam, Idylls of the King. Our next poet is Robert Browning. He was a poet and a playwright. His dramatic monologues put him among the foremost Victorian poets. His poems are noted for irony, characterization, dark humor, social contemporary historical settings, and challenging vocabulary and syntax. He was married to Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Some of his poems are My Last Duchess, Proferius Lover, The Ring and the Book, Men and Women. Next poet is Elizabeth Barrett Browning. She was a popular poet in Britain and United States. She was the eldest of 11 children. She was introduced to the literary society through her cousin John Kenyon. Her first adult collection of the poem was published in 1838. She wrote prolifically between 1841 and 1844, producing poetry, translation and prose. Her major works are Cry of the Children, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Next poet is Matthew Arnold. He was a poet and a cultural critic who worked as an inspector of schools. He was the son of Thomas Arnold. Some of his famous works are Dover's Speech, The Scholar Gypsy, Saurabh and Rustum. Our next poet is Dante Gabriel Rossetti. He was a poet, illustrator, painter and a translator. He was the founder of Pre-Raphaelitic Brotherhood. His famous poem is The Blessed Damozel. Now let us move on to the Victorian novelists. So the first one here is Charles Dickens. He was an English writer and a social critic. He created some of the world's best known fictional characters and is regarded by many as the greatest novelist of the Victorian era. His famous works are A Tale of Two Cities, The Frozen Deep, Oliver Twist, Hard Times. Our next novelist is George Eliot. Her real name was Mary Ann Evans. She wrote under the pen name of George Eliot to hide her gender. Her major works are Eden Beats, Mill on the Floss, Silas Mariner. Moving on to our next novelist is William Makepeace Thackeray. He was a novelist, author and illustrator. He was born in India. He is known for his satirical works, particularly in his novels. In 1848, Vanity Fair. It was a panoramic portrait of a British society. Next is Thomas Hardy. His novels are based in a semi-fictional region called Wessex. His major works are Far from the Madding Crowd, Mayor of the Casterbridge, Jude the Obscure. Next is Lewis Carroll. His real name is Charles Lutwak Dodson. He is known for his book Alice in the Wonderland. Next is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He was a British writer and a physician. He created characters such as Sherlock Holmes in 1887 for a study of Scarlet. The Sherlock Holmes stories are considered milestones in the field of crime fiction. Let us move on to the prose writers of Victorian age. Our first prose writer is Thomas Carlyle. He was a Scottish historian, satirical writer, essayist, translator, philosopher, mathematician and a teacher. One of his major work is Sator Rasatus. Next is Thomas Babington Macaulay. He was a British historian, a Whig politician. He wrote extensively as an essayist on a contemporary and historical socio-political subjects and as a reviewer. Some of his major works are Minutes on the Indian Education, History of England, Essay on Milton. Now let us see some playwrights of the Victorian age. The next playwright is Oscar Wilde. He was an Irish poet and a playwright. After writing in different forms throughout the 1880s, in early 1890s, he became one of the most popular playwrights in London. His famous works are The Selfish Giant and The Remarkable Rocket. So with this, we've came to an end of the Victorian age. I'll be back with a new video soon. Till then, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. So this is me, Ira, signing off.